It's sorry guys, I was doing a little bit of research before we got here. Hi Chloe, hi off the hook. How you doing? Let's go over to YouTube and relax with some meditation frequencies and let people roll in. We've got a few things to discuss today and open chat, of course. Anyone's welcome if I know you and I like you. Zero, okay. Let's open that up. Yeah, so we got a few things to talk about today. Let me see how the volume is on that. Can I even hear it? Oh, totally off. Frequency of God, return to oneness, spiritual connection, crown chakra, healing music. All right. Yeah, so we got some interesting stuff. We're going to talk about Mark Zuckerberg. We're going to talk about static and static discharge. And these apparent static dischargers. There's apparently some something to be looked at in there, and it could be quite helpful. We'll have to see what we suss out of it. I've been working at it for a while, just today, so whenever I get a free minute, it's been a busy day. So, hi, off the hook. Aloha, welcome. So let's have a puff, and we'll wait for a few people to roll in. I'll put up the link, and if anybody wants to come in. Yes, it has. Don't do that. Yeah, I lost my keys today. I got a brand new pair of shoes yesterday, and so I was walking around getting some coffee. On my way home, I stopped to adjust my shoes, and I forgot I'd taken my keys out of my pocket to open the door. When I adjusted my shoes, I put them down and walked away. So spent about 20 minutes after that running around looking for my keys. Had to retrace my steps and eventually found them. I had a feeling that they were close to home. You know, that tingling in the back of your head says, they're close. They're close by. I know it. I can feel it. You'll be listening in the background. Okay. So first off, I wanted to discuss these interesting things. I don't know if I've discussed them before or not. Let's see, is that it? We'll share that anyway. Okay, yeah. So here we have this is called an anti-static gun. Now, they don't give you very much information on this thing. Oh, what happened there? I haven't been able to figure out exactly how it works. They do the same sort of thing. Got me a sombrero for the walks at the beach. Nice. But what I have figured out about it so far, it does put out negative ions, which are good for us. But it also puts out positive ions. It has a double action. It doesn't take batteries. There's no nothing to do to it other than pull the trigger. But let's have a look at this.
Plastic. So, and I just want to show you that what happens when you use the zero stat, and that it's going to move the plastic. And what it's doing is shooting ions at the plastic and dissipating the static.
Now,
so if you look in the overhead camera,
there you go,
that plastic moving. See it ever so slightly.
It does move. He does a better example on his hand
now,
here.
If you don't,
there, watch.
Now watch.
Let's see. You can see the plastic stuck to his fingers and then it falls off. Rewind that as he uses the gun. Takes a little work to get the last bits off.
Oh, that wouldn't have happened. Now watch again. I'll pick the same plastic up.
But yeah, that's kind of cool. Let me see. There we are. That one I think is the right one. No, that's a different one. Okay. Got a lot of tabs open. Okay, there we go. I found the right tab. Aim that at the plastic boilers out there. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It might be a good thing. Truth about the zero stat. Anti-static gun. So here he takes this gun. Let me change the speed on this.
It does exactly what it says. It produces streams of ions.
So he's shooting out it at
the zero stat does exactly what it says. It produces streams of ions. When those ions hit the electrons in the fluorescent tube, it emits photons, which we see as light. Pretty cool, right? So don't let anyone tell you the zero stat is a placebo or that it's snake oil. It most definitely is producing ions. And this is why it matters. When you squeeze the zero stats handle, it produces a stream of positive ions. Releasing it produces a stream of negative ions. Your record collects static. The production of positive and...
Okay, so that's an important thing to know. It does positive and negative ions, but it does positive when you pull it and negative when you release it. Now, negative ions would be better. The gun would probably be better used if you pulled the trigger and then aimed it at whatever you were trying to statically discharge. Now, in this case, I'm thinking of statically discharging us, our clothes, all that kind of thing. But can this type of technology be used defensively, maybe even offensively? I'm not sure. You get shocked touching anything? I don't anymore. I wear grounding devices that stop me from getting shocked. But this one produces positive and negative ions.
Cancels each other out. It won't eliminate all the static, but it will definitely reduce it. As I've mentioned, too much static is a bad thing. Okay, we have no good instructions, so how do we actually use it? Do we just point, squeeze, and pray? Well, I've done a lot of research on this and what the proper way of using the zero stat is. I hate that I even had to do that. It would have been extremely nice and extremely convenient if the manufacturer...
Yeah, so what it seems like you do is you squeeze the trigger and then you release it slowly. Thunderstorms work great, yeah. You're probably using it now. In the casinos, there's loads of static. You get shocked, they're touching it. Oh, okay. In the casinos, eh? Huh. See, they should be pumping negative ions into the atmosphere. They're probably using it now. Not when you're in a casino. You lost me there off the hook. Like me aiming my negative blood type. Could be, Danny, yeah. This is the thing for us that are positively charged to try to figure out. You know, if you're negatively charged and well grounded just by your blood, you don't need these things as much until they hammer you with tons of electricity.
Saved me the time and included a manual in the box. With people doing all kinds of things with it, it's no wonder that there are claims that it does nothing. It's actually extremely easy to use. You only have to remember 4 things. You hold the record, you point the zero stat at the record about 12 inches away, you squeeze and release the trigger slowly, and you do this 4 times. That's it. Seriously. And why hold the record? By placing it on the record on the turntable, as some folks do, there's a chance of it gaining electrons during the whole process. By holding the record in free space, it's much more effective for some reason. Now, we don't live in a vacuum, so you can't eliminate all the exchange of electrons completely, but You can minimize it with only
You
point
were
of contact,
previously
or the only
talking
point of
about
contact being your
blocking the
hand.
static.
When you hold the record, you're effectively
Not in a
isolating it from other
casino.
potentially charged surfaces. And this allows the anti-static gun to more efficiently neutralize the static charges.
Can you imagine aiming one of those
a vinyl is laid
on
down
top?
on another surface, especially one that's also prone to static, like certain turntable mats, it could quickly become recharged with static electricity. So
I don't know. It's an interesting product.
The record and aim the zero stat at about 12 inches away.
It appears to get rid of static. I work in a very staticky environment, and I thought that they would have something more like this, but they don't. Also wanted to read you a few things. Where is that tab? Oh, exit full screen. There we go. I've got a few searches open, so there we go. Okay. Where was that search? What are the raw materials for an anti-static? Common anti-static agents are based on long-chain alphaic amines, optically ethoxylated, and amides. Quaternary ammonium salts, bihydronium chloride, or cocamidopropyl betaine. Wow, these are some interesting esters of phosphoric acid, polyethylene glycol esters, or polyols. Oh my God. I'll show you some of those words. Cops here have a nervous tick, yeah. So common, what's the best thing for anti-static? Use a static spray, use a damp cloth, use a wire hanger, moisturize your skin, increase humidity in your home, properly separate your clothing, air dry your clothes, use fabric softener. These common agents here, long chain aliphatic amines, optionally ethoxylated, wow, and amides, quaternary ammonium salts. These are some wild ingredients. Now, I looked up anti-static garments. This is an area I got to get into more. Glycol antifreeze for stool softener. Oh God, no, that's not good. And here's the invite again. Let's see, copy. I don't know if I did that before. I don't think I'm allowed to pin comments on YouTube, but I can do it here. Delete comment. No, I can't pin the comment. Why not? Show comment. Okay, I can't pin that comment. Won't let me. Is your gut strangling? Oh, if you're, yeah. Okay. Where was that again? Let me find something. Let's see. I had I've got a few tabs open, so it's taking me a while to find everything. Stop that one. Static discharger. Let's look at that. So wicks, also called static discharger or static discharge wicks, are devices used to remove static electricity from aircraft in flight. And this is much different than the discharging gun. So what are static discharge wicks made of? Well, those other amazing materials that they talked about are not included in this. An aircraft static discharger and mounting structure, therefore, is disclosed former of non-metallic conductive materials, such as carbon-filled nylon. It's interesting, the different materials. For mounting an aircraft static discharger onto a graphite and or boron composite aircraft skin. So they use these carbon-filled nylon, like fibers, I guess. And it's a non-metallic conductive material. Now, I don't know how easy those would be for us to get a hold of. Well, we could probably buy some. Well, let me check this. Discharge. Okay. Okay. Open that, and let me just open up one more tab here. Okay. See if we can find an ad. Okay. Yeah, there's a decent one. It's only 34 seconds. I think washing our hands and using too much hand sanitizer, rubber gloves, messes with your intestinal tract. Yeah, I wouldn't use that stuff at all myself. So here are some examples of static discharge keychains. I'm going to run a small video. Yeah, graphite. Yeah, the electricity can really mess up your gut biome too. Yep, graphene and nanoparticles. So these are some examples of anti-static keychains. We do get a lot of static buildup. They run around, $20 to $19. I wonder if these will offer us any static rod, electrostatic discharger, portable anti-static keychain, winter. Let's see what it says here. So I guess you touch your car with it so you don't get shocked first. Let's see. It doesn't tell you what it's got in it, but not very expensive to try. They're $3. Where are you guys again? We use a ground ring. ESS electronic microprocessors will pop like a fuse if static charge hits them. Yeah. Nanofibers stop cell division. Well, that sucks. Where is that? I think that's the one. Okay. got a little light in it. Okay. No, that's very interesting. It's got a little light in it. So a little LED light will show the discharge of static. That's interesting. I was working on something like that in my mind and on paper. I think I'm going to get a couple of those. Let's take a look at that again. Fully absorbs and discharges static electricity. Test with strong static electricity. You can see it lights up. So interesting. I wonder if a few of those in your pocket might help. Those were fun. Just something I'm looking at. Something for conversation. I'm really interested in that anti-static gun and how that works, and if there's a way that you can avoid it producing positive charged ions and have it produce only negative ion charges. Let's see if we can find a ion gun. Let's see what we've got. Showing some imaging for it. Ion beam guns. Shows the principles of an ion gun. Okay, well maybe that'll help us then. Let's take a look. Hi, Dragon Sage. Good to see you. Okay, so this is done with a laser beam. So a laser beam in a mirror is directed inward. I don't know if this is exactly what we're dealing with here. Let's see that. I think it's something a lot different. Yeah, it is. It's here we have the Ionizer Pro gun plus magnetic holder. Let's see if you guys are seeing that. Yep. Okay. No, I don't want your cookies. Okay. Well, here it is. You can see a bit of it. Ionizer Pro, an advanced gun with a wireless system that generates positive and negative ions. Oops. Capable of. Oh well. So it produces it's the same as the other gun. Not really all that impressive. All right, I'm going to close down a lot of that stuff in a second here. I'm going to keep that static car thing up and look at getting a static gun. It might be a fun project to play with. You were born positively negative? Okay. All lies our history tells. Yeah. No kidding. Take me to your leader. Yeah, the history they taught us is all a big bunk. I haven't seen, where's Alexander? Ganja Shaman. Got to get in here. Everyone put out a call for Alex. And we're missing G Sharp and D Ocean. A whole bunch of people are missing too. Where's Scotty Boy? Been on for 25 minutes and I haven't had one boob joke. Yeah, John Levy's got some good info. I like the stuff he looks at. Like all those guys, you know, even though you might interpret it a little differently. There's Michigander. Good to see you. Cool. Yeah, I do like John Levy. Now, again, do you guys think that's his real voice? Hi, I'm so energetic. This is what I did. I don't know how he does that. It's fourth weekend, my friend. Oh, it's July 1st. It's Canada Day, Mitch. It's Canada Day. That's what we call it. And we have ours on the 1st. Got to try Gold Sluice on the river? Yeah. Give it a try, buddy. Hopefully it works for you. Let's see what... So I just wanted to go over those little things for fun. There is my notes here. There's tech. Okay, we'll have to take a look at that too. There it is. Okay. Yeah, happy Canada Day. Happy 4th of July to you. All right, so let's open up a new window here. And what is it called? Threads. So, Mark Zuckerberg has launched Threads, apparently. Let's take a look at that. So, Mark Zuckerberg's Threads. Let's see what we have here. Mark Zuckerberg, 4.3 million followers. Now I'm probably being tracked by this. Apparently, all of your current settings and all that stuff, or contacts, they've got that for you. So when you sign on to Threads, you get all of the names of everybody you know. Now, because I've already opened this up, testing pinned columns on Threads for web. It's all marked. So I'm not going to go into this program or click anything because I don't trust it. So this is going to be a totally free system, right? Michelle Gibson. So can you imagine that? So what does he have? He has Facebook. Now he's got Threads. Apparently it was like 12 million put into it or something. I can't remember. Let's go back and look at the news articles about it. Testing the way to categorize. Let's see what The Verge has to say. Meta is connecting Threads more deeply with the Fediverse. Oh, goodness. Now you'll be able to like and see replies from other platforms inside Threads. Isn't that wonderful and invasive? Like they can just go into other programs and get your data and just share it all willy-nilly. Threads will now let people like and see replies to their thread posts that appear on other federated social media platforms. The company announced on Tuesdays. Previously, if you made a post on Threads that was syndicated to another platform like Mastodon that I've never heard of, you wouldn't be able to see responses to that post while still inside Threads. That means you'd have to bounce back and forth between platforms to stay up to date on replies. See, they're driving. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, I get this. Thanks to this upgrade, you'll probably do less of that. But in a screenshot, Meta notes that you can reply to replies. Yet, it sounds like that feature will arrive in the future. Okay. How to cross-post your threads? Post to the Fediverse. What is the Fediverse? The Fediverse. Oh my goodness. The Federal Verse? Is that what they're implying? Fediverse replies. Okay. Does anyone know what the Fediverse is? Direct an energy weapon? Bada boom, bada bing. I don't know. Hi, F Kitty. Hi, Sab. How you doing? Here's a link if you want to pop up. We're going over the what is it called? Threads. So thanks to this upgrade, you'll probably do less of that. But in a screenshot, Meta notes that you can reply to replies on other platforms, including the Fediverse. Okay. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg also revealed that Threads Fediverse integration will be available starting today in more than 100 countries. The Fediverse. Okay, we're going to have to get a link on that going. Integration will be starting today in more than 100 countries, a significant expansion from its initial availability in the US, Canada, and Japan. Meta has been vocal about its plans to integrate with the decentralized social networking protocol Activity Hub since launching Threads nearly a year ago, with first testing starting in December. Okay, so let's I still want to find out here what the Fediverse is. So the Fediverse, commonly abbreviated to Fedi, is a collection of social servicing networks that can communicate with each other, formerly known as Federation. This is using a common protocol. Users of different websites can send and receive status updates, multimedia files, and other data across the network. The term Fediverse is a portmanteau for Federation and Universe. The majority of Fediverse platforms that are available are free and open source software that are based on Activity Hub protocol. However, alternative protocols such as AT Protocol and Nostra have formed their own networks separate from Activity Pub. We'll look at the rainbow widely used symbol for the Fediverse. Isn't that a 5-pointed star? Kind of a kilter. So, did you know that these platforms were sharing information? I didn't. All right. See you off the hook. I thought that was kind of interesting. So how much are they sharing? I don't know. See, I put in. Oh, I didn't put in the link. And how much of this Fediverse is secured data? Because unless they're storing that data in a person, it's going to be unsecure and open for hacking. So who's storing the metaverse? Yeah, you kiss your ass. Well, they're doing it, apparently. Well, look at their bloody symbol. That was ridiculous. They have their rainbow symbol, all a kilter. Good to see you, Paul. Yeah, so I really didn't appreciate this Threads. I don't know why we need another spy platform. You know, people are looking more for free platforms. Not that there really are any, because the military has control of the internet. It takes all the data. You know, they don't let data slide by. Saw an episode about the dark web, the deep web, and all the Mariana's web, and another layer below, only for quantum devices. There's lots we can't access. Oh, that's interesting information. Did not know that. That's amazing. I wouldn't doubt it, though. We've got these in their description here in the wiki. Let me go back. You know, they said that these other places have started. This is based on Activity Hub protocol. There are other protocols. No, I don't know even if they're independently designed and operated, whether they'll be able to securely keep your data. I doubt it. They pretty much have metamaterials that can land on a processor and map what's inside it down to micron level, because they're always practicing. Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do with this. Hopefully it's a flop, like other things like the metaverse. Hi, Mitch Gander. Good to see you.
You too.
Got a little bit of robuddy on your voice. Let's see what you're sounding like.
Yeah. That's I'm having really bad phone issues, and my service is banging out full. I'm in town, and they still won't let me function with my phone.
Yeah, you're
that's
good
what
now.
That's what I came up to talk to you about. It looks to me like things are getting tacky for old people like Mr. Zuckerberg.
Yeah. In what way? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen with this?
Lots of legal actions. Multiple states have now filed criminal lawsuits against Pfizer and the government officials involved. We're going to see a big thing happen over the next 2 months.
Okay. I can't talk about that here, but I get what you're saying.
Yes, sir. I understand. But yeah, as an overview, they're going to try to push. They're going to go for their last hoorah, and it ain't going to work out.
Yeah. So what do you think of Threads and all these other stupid platforms they're trying to open up and gather our data from?
It's to mix everybody up, and all that stuff has to do with a higher level of consciousness. I caught on to some stuff, but to be honest, I don't want to come out unless I have reasonable, open-minded people, because this stuff is happening and I'm watching it.
You're seeing programming happening?
Yeah, I have been since I was a little kid, but now it's getting outrageous, and it's because everybody's going to wake up. We're going through, and I'm watching it with animals. That's another thing too. Like I've said before, I'm kind of concerned because everybody's saying arrogantly the humans. Nobody's thinking about the animals and Mother Earth.
Yeah, they're involved in all of this. Like they're using the Earth right now as a transmitter to us. They're transmitting tons of electricity through it to us. The animals are being used just like us as part of the wide body area network. They're not escaping that. You know, that damage is going through every living creature.
Yeah, and that's just it. There's other species that have skin in the game, so it's best that we come out of this okay. We're gonna be all right. What you're watching is the death throes. I think
so.
the only thing positive I could say about Trump right now is that he's exposed a lot of this by pushing everything too fast.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know if I don't trust that dude at all, but
Nope.
no, looks like he's in the system. He's part of the family. So, you know, they're playing their games back and forth, and they may even kill each other. Who knows? You know, I'm sure they've done that in the past. We know of. So, there's no reason to think they wouldn't, you know, go to those lengths in the present. But you know, they're still part of the same system, the same game. Maybe Trump has a turn of heart for a while. I don't know, or he's going to give us a slower death. One of the two, right? But
well, if you go back to I have an odd memory. I can recall stuff. It's not perfect, but I'm very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
When he first came into office, he made a public statement that said, "If history books are right, when I'm done, even if I go to prison, I'll have exposed the corrupt system." That was his exact words. I remember it.
Yep. You know, he did. He has said a lot of good stuff. I do have to credit him. You know. When asked about his not paying taxes, he says, "I use the system, the same system you and all your donors use. If you want me to pay taxes, change the system." That's pretty honest.
And he told them, yes, sir. And they asked him that, you know, what's funny? That's a scary thing you just brung up, because right there, that one of the news press guys said, "Well, how do you know the system's corrupt?" And he goes, "Because I used it.
Yeah.
I use it." And he turned around and walked inside. So he flat told everybody to their face, the system is corrupt and we have to change it, and then turned around and walked inside, and nobody said nothing.
Yep. That should have been plastered everywhere, but it was like totally ignored. You know, the only people that really paid attention to it was Dave Chappelle.
That's not Dave Chappelle. That's not Dave Chappelle, dude. That's somebody else. Dave Chappelle is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was somebody else. Yeah, okay. I don't know who.
No,
but a comedian.
It's the name Dave Chappelle, but the original Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did they MK Ultra him? That's a possibility too, because that can really mess a person up and change how they look.
Well, they've been MK Ultra. They've been MK. Sorry about that. They've been MK Ultra in all of us since we were born. That's what the TV is for.
Yeah.
Or trying to. Yeah. But back before we get too far away from animals having skin in the game, I have animals, cats outside that they used to belong to a home until the thing happened, and they were terrified of their animals and they threw them all outside, and I've been taking care of them since. And they always have to be out there in the weather, and I've seen other videos where deer and whatnot it's being said that they have wasting disease, but I think it's what they're doing to us. It's happening to them faster because they can't go in anywhere anymore and get away from it. And so it doesn't matter how much you feed them, they're still starving to death. They're wasting away. Their skin and bone.
I don't. I live in the woods, and I could tell you right now they are full of poop. I watch the deer very, very closely. Matter of factly, I'm seeing a pattern this year to where almost every single female has 2 babies, not just 1.
Wow.
And not only that, but
I've seen them be weak and skinny.
That's not the case up here. And the thing is, I watch these deer, and maybe once or twice my whole life have I seen anything out of fecal matter from the deer that would concern me.
Okay, good to hear. Yeah, I think it'll depend on what area you're in, Paul. It's
Yeah.
not going to be broadcast everywhere. So, you're going to have different conditions. So,
Yeah, it's
yours are
horrible
probably
right
suffering.
here.
Yeah.
It's broken.
Yeah.
Well,
How
I've been paying
different?
attention.
Go
I've
ahead.
been paying I've been paying attention hot and heavy to the wildlife just to make sure that I'm not consuming something that might not be good for me.
Yeah. Have you seen frogs? Frogs and
I've heard them,
toads?
but
You've heard them?
I haven't
Okay.
paid attention.
But they're out there? Bullfrogs and all that?
Yeah, they're out, but I haven't paid attention to them. I hear them.
Okay. As long as they're out there, that's what we want to hear. They've got the thinnest skin for that type of stuff.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I noticed the chemtrails. I haven't noticed any chemtrails for about a week. It's been beautiful skies.
Yeah, they've been off and on with us. I don't know if they're running out of funding for it. I doubt that because they have endless money coffers to stuff into that kind of stuff. But it's not been as regular as it has been in the past. I kind of hope they're running out of money or funding, or people are starting to refuse to do it.
Well, a lot of it is people are refusing to do it. Like right now, I refuse to even pay for fuel. I refuse to pay for car insurance, tags. Yep. And the thing is, I just tell my people, no, I'm not doing it. You've been enslaved. And they're like, oh. I was like, nope, I can see it. I'm not arguing with you about it, but go ahead, pay it. See what happens. I'm not paying it. Sorry, I can't. On good conscience, I can't pay it. And they're like, then a couple days later, they realize, wait a minute.
Yeah. So yeah, the frogs, their skin, because it's wet and it's actually quite thin, they suffer from the chemtrails, pollution, and electricity more than almost any creature. And they're a good indicator of how your environment's going to be. If you see toads and frogs, or you hear them,
I haven't heard any this year, so yeah.
Yeah, they've probably been driven out of your area. That can happen too. They will migrate out of an area. They have better senses than we do,
Well, I've noticed that the birds this year, I'm hearing birds singing to just be. I mean, they're just all kinds of making noise. In the last 2 years, it's been scarce for birds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen birds. They know what's going on. They will either, like, I've seen them sit right underneath a cell tower, and people are saying like they were trying to attack it. What it is they're trying to get away from the radiation, and they have sensed that directly underneath there's no radiation. So that's where they sit.
Right. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got senses. They know what's going on. So if the area gets saturated, animals will just leave. One of
the biggest animals I know of to watch out for when it comes to that is the bats, because it affects the way they fly. Yeah. And right at the end of last season, I started seeing bats for the first time in years, and now I see bats almost every night.
Yeah, we have big swarms of bats here. They come from the escarpment. They're all over the place here. So,
hi, G. To try to blame everything on the bat, please.
Okay, yeah. No, it's the pangolin. It's the pangolin.
And then they put the bat on the new coin, the new quarter. Here in America, anyway.
just to stick it to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I said lay down.
Yeah, that's right, Pam. Hi, Pamela Jean. Hi, G. Yeah, the animals seem to know what's going on. So, I've seen behaviors like that on videos. I've seen it in real life where the birds know where to sit. They're smart.
Yeah, another sign too that I'm catching that we're going to be okay is all these agent provocateurs that are running channels and on channels and stuff. I'm watching them try to get people and convince people to not hold anybody accountable for these crimes against humanity, and it is disgusting to watch. They are trying to push people to go different ways instead of focusing on these criminals.
Yeah, they're back on their amnesty kick, wasn't it?
Yes.
What did they try? An amnesty? Let's just forgive everything we did to you, locking you down, and
and it ain't happening. And the thing is,
threatening you. Oh yeah. I've seen another thing too. Is a lot of people are being called out as shills. A lot of these big streamers.
Yes.
For their BS and their manipulation of the steering of social thinking towards that type of thing.
Well, I'm
People made
watching.
mistakes. No, people planned it. It wasn't a mistake. There were no
Yeah, well,
mistakes
this
made.
was no mistake. This wasn't an accident. This was absolutely on purpose.
Go look at Agenda
And
21.
exactly, and Agenda 2026 and 24, whatever, 2030, and they keep changing it, but they
Yeah.
still plan to
Well,
do
Agenda
it.
21 was the
Never
tabletop
forgive
exercise
someone
they did 2 months before they pulled it.
who is a repeat offender.
Yeah.
If it's an accident, forgive them.
Yeah,
If it's a
right.
repeat offender, never forgive.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just it. I know that they're using certain types of tech to violate us, and
Yep.
I stay on the same. Yep, I stay on the same thought pattern and train no matter what, even if I'm thumping at physical labor, because I know they're violating our thoughts. Well, with that being said, they realize people are waking up, and when these guys are held accountable, it's a wrap. We're going to see everything change, because the people that are, brainwashed, they're going to be very upset once they get woke up, because how they treated their people and such. So when they woke up, they're going to be mad because they treated their people so bad, let alone the other aspects.
Straight,
these guys are scared.
100 years of systemic abuse by the military-industrial complex in the Western countries. 100 years of abuse.
Yep, and the thing is, even I know right now, I'm sick of hearing these fighter jets above us. I'm tired of hearing it. If you guys weren't starting wars for your criminal money for oil, because it doesn't matter whose flags up on the soil,
half the American budget is for war.
Yeah, but yes, and that's disgusting. No normal human would do that.
No.
And the thing is, what I'm watching out of these criminal agents is now they're coming home because they're no longer allowed anywhere in the world. They've already shat everywhere in this world to the point where they're coming home and doing it now. And these guys are acting like they're the best thing since buttered bread. And they're telling people to drink from their enemies' skulls and stuff, acting like there's some kind of something to be looked up to. It's like, no, dude, you are a fucking war criminal. You don't even belong on TV. You belong in a fucking cell.
Yep.
Well, and it's fucking disgusting to watch.
Yeah, in a cell, if not worse, treason. A lot of these people are guilty of treason. So,
I caught on to some stuff right now. They won't come near me with a 10-foot. Yup, and it's buckling around them. Listen, it's so arrogant. It's the people of us that are seeing through all their bullskeeter, they could smoke us. They could smoke us all right now, and it still ain't gonna help them. They're done.
Yeah, if they smoke us, then they're done by outside forces. Good luck. You've got really no out.
And I like, if they came and smoked me out, it would cause a shitstorm between multiple genres of people across this country in a straight line from here to Florida. People would be like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Well, and the people that have to implement these things too, if they say no, if they won't implement it, if they won't push the button, if they won't load the missile, if they won't do that, you're done. Because nothing will happen. They can sit there and shout orders all they want, but if nobody does it, if nobody kills their fellow man anymore, it's done.
Just listen. I don't believe what they're telling us, because supposedly they dropped that bomb on Hiroshima. Well, just according to a half of the shelf life they tell us on that, nobody could live there. But it's rebuilt and people have been living there.
Yeah, I did a show on that. I did a show on the hoax.
Somebody's lying. I don't believe what they tell us on nukes.
Yeah, none of what they showed us or told us pans out when you examine the evidence. None of it. It looked more like the military observers that went over after just said it looked like Dresden, where they did carpet bombing with flash burns and sulfur burns and So no, and they wouldn't be able to live there. There were claims they scraped the soil, but you didn't take away everything. There's no way. So if it was all radioactive for thousands of years, those people should be mutants by now.
Well, exactly, but they were being poisoned probably, and they were dying, and they were starting to look sickly, and they needed an excuse.
Well,
there's probably a lot of starvation in Japan at the time too.
Yeah, so they had to blame it on something.
I caught on to some stuff, and there's a reason why they took mercury away from us. And you remember the old clocks that used to light up and glow? the old twisty clocks that used to have the glowing fingers and hands on them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Iridium or whatever.
The radium ones, yeah.
You should. Yeah, they lied to us. You should see what happens when a plant or an animal consumes that stuff.
Hmm.
You should see what happens. Ho ho ho, green giant.
Really?
Oh yeah, buddy. And they don't want nobody knowing.
No, we even did a show on the designer of the first nuclear reactor. He used to handle the rods. He used to swim in the cooling pool. So
he drank it.
Yeah, he was not worried about any of it, you know.
Yep, he was drinking it. That dude was drinking the stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. It's all fear.
Yeah. Well, China just came out, or China or Japan just came out with a nuclear battery, a small cell nuclear battery, like about the size of a credit card.
Yep, I knew that was coming. They said that one of those can power a whole city block.
Well, it'll power a lot of devices, yeah, but they could make different sized ones. Depending on how many plates they put in it, and you know, so it's scalable, definitely. But they're just showing small ones right now. I don't think it would quite power that much, but it'll power a lot. So yeah.
Well, I do know that we're going to be okay because a lot of the stuff will just.
Yeah, the Bill Gates wanted to do that small cell on every block to power people.
Listen, Bill Gates is just a shell face to take the fall. When everything goes down, what they're going to do is try to pile everything on his shoulders so that the other dudes can run. Now, I've already made my decision. Listen, I've already made my decision. When it goes down, I'm not accepting no for an answer because I know the technology they've been violating us with since I was 15. They could track these people to their front door. No offense, but all the crime and drugs and stuff that's going on, the invasion of tech alone they've had since I was 15, they could have stopped it all. They can chase down a speeder to his doorstep. So anything that's happening and has been happening for the last 15 years, they are allowing it or they are helping it along, period. End of discussion, and I've watched it. I've watched it.
They know every movement that everybody's making on the planet, including plants, animals, and us.
Yes, and with that being said, I'm not taking no for an answer out of none of you criminal, retarded Nazis. You're done. I suggest you cease and desist. This is their last warning. Listen.
Well, they don't need a warning. They need to give up. They need to come out and either repent or
cease and desist. They need to help us fix this.
Repent.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, you know what? I'm not a Bible guy, but it's already happening now. They may want to go read the Bible for what it says the punishment is for these people, and it's already started. It's already happening now.
Yeah.
And I speak it out of my mouth every time I think about it. It's damn near every day.
Yeah.
You will pay if you do not repent for your crimes against humanity. You will pay. I know what the scripture says. I studied them for over 20 years.
Well, they'll pay in this life and they'll pay in the next as well. So
yes, sir. And that's just it. It's deep. I'm not going to go into some of the stuff here. I know that you're on a level with some of it. I got a question. I was going to take Romex and I just got a new hat. And I was going to make like a weaved copper ring and then stuff it inside the hat so that nobody can see it.
Yep.
Does that stuff work as good as you say it does?
Well, a copper wire will actually attract and bleed off ions itself just by the nature of it rusting or corrosion. Okay, you can see on my, I'll show you these. And the bracelets have corrosion on them. That's advanced because of the negative pole of the battery. But just a copper wire on itself, some people claim it does have an effect. So that may help, yeah.
Huh.
I would suggest you ground it with the negative pole of a battery. I have one in my hat. I keep this in my hat. This is with the, this was designed for Morgellons, or not Morgellons, Havana syndrome. So this has 2 grounded loops, like that, connected to the negative pole of a battery.
Yeah, you wait till that Havana stuff gets fully out. You wait till the information on that.
Yeah.
You wait till the information on that Havana stuff goes full bore. When that goes full bore, nobody's going to want anything to do with the system. They're going to want that dealt with immediately.
Well, yeah.
just saw a TikTok video where she thinks her 3-year-old has it, and the doctors won't, what's it called? Won't say what the child has, basically. They won't. And so they won't help the baby.
There's a department in the U.S. for paying out people who have suffered from Havana syndrome. So it exists. The government knows it exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real thing.
Like they don't know what's
yeah.
wrong.
With one hand, they tell you you're a conspiracy theorist. With the other hand, they're having to pay people out who are getting damaged from it. So tell your friend to look up a department in the U.S. that handles Havana syndrome.
I told her to go full on.
I want more than money. I want more than money. I want the dude responsible for this tried, convicted, and no longer here. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting, immoral. They do not belong here. End of discussion.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the technology needs to be revamped, repurposed, or destroyed. I don't know which.
Well, I can tell you this much right now. I want to look them in. Hey, I want to look these Nazi criminals in the face, and this is the only words I want to say to them before they head to their cell. You were hit by a government drive-by. I'm not joking. I want to look them in the face as they drag them off to the end of their life, and I want to look them in the face and say, "You were hit by a government drive-by."
But remember, I think that we're being this planet is being taken over by something that is not human, and they are trying to terraform this planet, and that's why they don't want carbon, zero carbon, so they're not carbon based.
There's always been an element. Hi, Arizona Raven.
I think they're trying to make it be terraformed for their atmosphere.
Yes, actually, that's the species thing that I was talking about. I caught on to some stuff. Now, I don't know whether they're here in our reality like this or on another realm, but I caught on to some pretty heavy stuff. I don't want to discuss it on here unless Max is okay with it. But I have a family thing going on. I'd like to come back in the app with you guys in a little bit if you can, or if you can start a stream later.
Yeah, if we're still on, I'll be on for about another hour.
Okie dokie. I got to get stuff around and get in the shower and everything. I was in the river gold sluicing, so I'm wet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go get cleaned off.
Yeah, have a good day. Thanks for letting me up. Listen. This is how we change all this, and it's already started. If folks can't tell, yes, just keep telling no. Do the right thing, for crying sake. It ain't that hard.
Do the right thing. That's right.
All we have to do is say no.
Love you guys.
No.
Yep. Just say no. We ain't even got to fight these guys. Yep. Just say no. Have a good day.
You too.
Yep. That has been the key from the beginning. Saying no to what they want. And, it has to happen on every level, though. And it's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah.
I'm in Kingman at 102 degrees. Oh, wow. Tulsi. Okay. I don't know if I can listen to, well, look at a bit of it there. If you give me the brief of what she's saying, that'd be better than me playing videos. But let's see, what's Tulsi saying?
Shit. Oh my God. Okay, I have to clean up a mess my cat
Oh, President Biden insults. Oh, he said he was going to kill Medicare, or he defeated Medicare. Yeah, so he was talking, he says, I was the only president that didn't have any soldiers dying anywhere in the world. It's like, how about you fact check that one? Everything he said throughout the debate was pretty off point as far as I saw. And that pretty much went like I expected. I actually watched some of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Did you hear me? My cat made a mess. I got to go clean up. I'll be back.
All right. So let's see. Yeah. So he insulted the troops, she says, during the debate.
That no service members have been killed under his administration. This was a punch in the gut to me and to all of us who have worn the uniform, who continue to serve.
Yeah.
And especially
definitely.
to the Gold Star families of the 13 servicemen and women who were killed during Biden's disastrous exit from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It was a punch in the gut to the Gold Star families of the 3 soldiers who were killed in Jordan just this past.
The whole system down there is, it's messed up everywhere, actually. So you're in a hyperbaric chamber. Cool, crisp 70. Nice. 105 humidity. Nice in the shade. Yeah, I like the heat myself, Arizona Raven. 70 is cold for me. Aren't we still in a couple of conflicts? Well, by proxy, F Kitty. I don't know if we're officially in any conflicts. If the U.S. is or not. Hi, D. Good to see you. But yeah, saying no service members died under his presidency. Give me a break. Be a street sweeper in where? In Rida? Rida. Where's that? I like heat. It's actually cold today. What temperature is it right now? It's like 18 or 17. No, it's up to 19. So that's about 70 degrees. So it's 70 degrees out here. Pretty cold. Cool. I had to wear a jacket today. Hottest summer ever, they'll report. See, it's the hottest summer ever here because you're not here, right? Hi, you tell me. Good to see you. Now, is 108, is that rare for your area off the hook? Middle East, you think? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go live there. Even for 95,000 a year. Probably 95,000 like Qatari dollars or something. Hi, yes. It's cold in the UK? Yeah, it's cold here too. Not in June, yes. Not in June, yes. That's not in June. Okay, thank you. So it's not normally that hot. Okay. Out here, it's unseasonably cold and has been off and on. It seems like we're still in that fluctuation that they, from months ago almost, from hurricane that they propelled up through the U.S. And that seemed to set in motion a swing in the winter there where we're getting hot and cold days every week. It would warm up. And that was because of the geoengineering. You go up to like 10 degrees in the middle of winter, which is like way above freezing. That's like 50 degrees. So 50, 60 degrees. And then it would go right back down to minus 10, you know.
Yeah, same thing happened here.
Yeah.
I'm not that far from you technically, though.
No.
So.
And that was just because they were messing with the weather to try to hit Texas during Trump's visit.
Yes. And I've seen that video that you've got mostly played there. Yeah. On TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that whole debate was just oh God.
I'm calling it. I'm trying to start a friggin' trend. It was a debate debacle, and that's for both damn teams because Trump didn't do too well either. To me, what it felt like fucking high school back when they're trying to be the alpha and So they're tearing the other person down just for everyday shit like golf. Oh, I'm a better golf player than you. Well, what the fuck does that have to do with the price of tea in fucking China? Eat shit, motherfucker. Talk about some real shit. Who gives a fuck if you could play golf or not? Shove it up your ass.
Yeah, I think the debate, I didn't really care about the debate. I guess it is important, but not really. The only thing it's important for is to see if they have any, to see if Biden has any cognitive abilities left. Hi,
What
Dee, good to
kills
see
me
you.
is they've been doing What About Bernie with Biden for 4 fucking years, and now they're trying to say, oh, we're just now realizing he's got dementia. Fuck you. He always had dementia. Kiss my ass.
Oh yeah, I wonder how many super patches they had to put on him to make him operate like that. Like
wow, it's crackly.
Exactly.
They can make him like 30% smarter and 30% more active and energetic. So they even have one for stability. It didn't look like he was using that one very much, you know. So.
My God, he looked like a cadaver.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he looked like Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Dog and pony show. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Dog and pony
anybody
show.
Who can't decide who won has got to be freaking blind, because how can you lose to a cadaver? I mean,
Yeah.
It's not even saying that much.
It wasn't hard. Really, all he had to do was time him out. You know, just wait for him to start for the drugs and whatever he's on to start slipping, right?
Right.
I mean, he did get in some good ones, though. I gotta say, when he looks at him and says, "Let's not be childish."
That's
coming
not
from
good.
Trump. This is really funny. Okay.
They're both childish, though.
There's some high class quality.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good humor.
Oh, I like that, Kitty. Have a robot dog as part of the debates. That's good. One of those ones with a rocket launcher on top, you know? You lose the debate.
God. I loved the debate. I loved it myself because I already knew probably what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I already had an idea.
The last one. That's all it was.
And even Kamala Harris couldn't defend him through that debate.
Yeah, it was just watching a train wreck.
You know, she kind of made a small apology. Well, he's old, you know. Okay.
No, the one I saw, she was talking about how strong he still is and blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
She's trying
to question, Joe.
The reason that she is trying to defend him is because she's trying to look innocent in all of this. So fuck you, bitch. You're part of the puppetry going on behind him where, Obama's concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
He's not running his own faculties at all.
Yeah, she's probably the one who's really pulling the strings then. Or acting whatever it is that they're doing.
She's heels up Harris. She got there by putting her heels up in the air. So
yes,
she's just a good puppet. She's just a good puppet. She'll do whatever she's told.
I mean, not on policies and all of that, but she's probably the one that's like the little, how can I say, handler. She's his handler.
I don't think she's smart enough to be, really.
No, she's
really not.
No.
I would think she would have to be. She's the only one close enough that is close to him all the time.
Jill is now
that's true. Jill is.
Yeah, Jill is his handler now.
Yeah, Jill is his handler. That's what I'm saying. Not Kamala.
Yeah. It's
not Tommy Law.
No, Kamala has her own handler.
Yeah, Kamala has her handler.
She's also married to her handler as well.
Yeah, seriously. It's funny how they do that to him.
Well, that's why they, that one senator had a Chinese spy as a handler. Right? He married that young Asian, that young Chi-Com lady.
Yeah, there you go. We got to figure it out.
It's the same all over,
Yeah, it's always the same. I hate to tell you, but
they need the stupid people up front, right? They don't want anybody with brains up there. They might get ideas. So
yeah.
So you put the stupid people up front, and you have the people with the brains
could get
and the
accomplished,
plan.
And then what?
Yeah, you just push them you just tell them what to say. They say it robotically because they're idiots, and there you go. and then they get their next payout and their next whatever else they want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
she's
we down
not
here
smart
in the
enough.
States we're looking at this and we're like, anybody, but really seriously, I mean, they've got to abandon Biden now.
Hey, Nocturnal Frequency. Good to see
Yeah,
you.
they're all abandoning him now. I even seen them abandon him on the motherfucking View.
Yeah.
Threw his ass under the bus. Bernie under the bus. There's another trend. They threw Bernie under the bus.
Yeah.
Right. Bernie's weekend at Bernie's is what it's been like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but don't forget that Joy Behar on The View is the one that said, but he's still got his mind. His mind is still good.
Is
and we're like,
no, he doesn't.
No,
no, he hasn't.
We even remote viewed that 2 years ago, and Joe is gone. Joe is gone.
Yeah.
Joe is gone.
Joe's been gone. Joe hasn't been there, and I don't know, like maybe
you know what's in there now is probably a vril lizard trying to eke out the last of its existence in this shell of a man it hosted to inhabit.
Whoa.
Probably regrets it,
Yeah. Probably like
they were probably like, no, it's the president of the U.S., man. You can go live in the presidency of the U.S. until he dies. He's like, oh man, I can have anything I want. I can do anything. And then you get in there and it's like, holy shit, I'm an old man. I can't even move. What good is this?
Yeah.
Right. You can't do a damn thing. You're just in a shell.
Yeah.
Or rot inside a corpse's shell.
If he's got a vril inside him, that vril got the short end of the stick,
Right.
Well, I mean,
they drew straws for that job.
Yeah.
It's like, who's gonna go? Not me. Oh, hell no. Okay, so who's in Tommy though? I mean, Commie Law. Commie Law.
She might. I don't know. We haven't looked at her at all. So I don't know. She could still be herself.
Look at Commie Law because she might be next. You never know. They could try to last it out with her. I don't know. But I think they're going to try and slip in somebody else, but they won't be able to.
Try to slip her in just so for the record, so everybody knows. Because I think that's what they're going to do. Because she was really defending him hard for and we know it's for no damn reason because we know he's not there. The lights ain't even on, much less is anybody fucking home in his damn head.
He's probably just swilling alcohol, sniffing adrenochrome, and chasing after children and dogs in the shower.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely no holdbacks because he's a vril. He's only got a little while, and all they want is more sensation, right?
Right. Well, the thing that really got me in that debate too, there's a point at which Biden he was fat shaming Trump, which is like, what grade are you in? And also where he goes, and you want to sleep with your daughter. And I'm there going, now, wait a minute. There's something in Ashley's diary about these inappropriate showers.
Too. Yeah.
And the dog. He had to chase the dog out of the shower. What?
Yeah.
So, maybe you might want to keep that on the QT, huh?
Yeah. Why are these dogs? Every dog he has bites the Secret Service guys. Eh?
Yeah. He says the silent part out loud too often. That's his problem. He says the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, he says all the quiet shit out loud. But that's because, supposedly where karma's concerned. They said from the very beginning if they were elected, they were going to be completely open and honest. Well, they haven't been completely open and honest, except for when Biden opens his fucking mouth and says the quiet part out loud.
In New Zealand.
But I think they're trying to escape karma.
Okay.
Not going to happen.
A high pressure situation. A lot of times you can confuse saving Medicare with beating it.
Beating Medicare.
I can't play the whole thing, but yeah,
No,
Jon Stewart has totally turned. So the system has turned, right?
Right.
They've all decided the money has decided that they're against Biden, and we had a prediction that he was going to kick the bucket in Africa, probably December. So that I'm still waiting for that. He has a summit meeting in December in Africa. I think he skipped the last one, and he might go to the next one, and that'll probably be where they off him by whatever manner.
They're just going to turn his ass off because, I mean, that's the only thing keeping him going.
Yeah, because basically there's nothing much left that anybody can do with him now. I mean, he's damaged goods forever now. He's done. Sick of working, literally.
Yeah.
I mean,
if the media, if these shills have turned on him, you know, if they were told to say that he's the sharpest he's ever been, that's what they would have been saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Which they had been saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't. And you know what? There was a guy that was interviewing people afterwards, and you could tell who actually watched it and who didn't, right? It was real obvious.
So does he have enough? Does he have enough cognizant ability left to try to maintain power beyond what the media and the media controllers say? Maybe he does. I don't know. Or is this a planned descent?
Oh, it's definitely planned.
What do you guys think?
They've been planning on giving him the hook for a while.
Well, yeah. Remember when he got elected, and we said that was the first thing came to my mind was he's the fall guy.
Yep.
Well, yeah, he's the fall guy because he's not even the Biden, for fuck's sake. Biden's dead. That thing is not Biden.
Nope.
And that's how they've got away with not charging this guy with Ashley's fucking diary because, well, he's fucking dead and this ain't her fucking dad.
Well, yeah, but legally nobody knows that yet.
I know, but they're not going to make him pay because they can't because it's not him. So for those who are wondering why he's getting away with Ashley's diaries, because that's not fucking Biden.
Well, he ain't getting away with it from everybody because there are people who really don't take kindly to that shit, you know. So,
well, yeah, none of them are going to get away with it. You touch a kid.
I mean, yeah, he's not really going to get away.
What we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time.
So the importance of community-based is they are as they are called.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to lead the free world. She could do it through proxy like Biden, but
I don't know.
They'd have to really do something to that head. She's got way too many thoughts of her own in there. They're stupid thoughts, but you know,
stupid.
Right, they're stupid thoughts, but they are thoughts. But
they do seem to be her own, yeah.
Well, you know what she's like? She's like that person who, when they get stoned, they think they're having really deep thoughts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what she sounds like. Well, man, the passage of time is like when time passes, and it does pass. Time does pass for all of us.
Oh, that's so deep, so deep.
That was a good.
That was great.
That was great. That was great. I almost thought it was her for a minute.
I was there. Watching the stupidity.
I was there watching time passing, which will pass for all of us if we all wait on the passage of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know. And
very good.
Yep.
You know. I mean, my God,
could you imagine an AI bot inspired by Kamala Harris?
Oh my God.
Oh dear God. I'd be like, are you short circuiting?
Well, they'd never be able to take over the planet. So, you know, that's a bonus, you know.
Yeah, true.
We would probably have a big problem with them killing themselves a lot, though. You know.
Yeah. pulling out their motherboard and throwing themselves into the ocean.
Yeah, you know, they are based on Kamala.
But really, we should be gathering together, and by together I mean all of us. We should be gathering. Yeah. We should be gathering to get rid of. How do we get rid? Can we get rid of this? No, we can't, because they won't let us. Did you see the pictures from before before Biden took office and after for Kamala? She looks like she's aged about 20 years. Honestly.
Well, anybody who joins the political arena and becomes president is usually gray within 8 years. Look at what happened to Obama. Even though he's a rat bastard, he went in with not a single gray hair that I could fucking find. And in 8 lousy years, the motherfucker was mostly fucking gray. It's a very stressful job to try to rule the world with tyranny.
That's why he said he wanted to do it from the background like he's doing now.
Right.
I see him escort his little minion off the stage there,
Yeah.
Hi, Sab. How you doing?
That's why I was sitting there wondering how the heck Biden was going to last these years. It's like, if they age that fast, just a guy who's actually kind of spry.
Hi, Indy.
What in the hell is going to happen with the corpse? I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Well, I'm waiting for them to weekend at Bernie's with with Biden. That's
what's going to happen.
Just string him up. Let's just put a bunch of strings up him and a post up his butt, and we'll just parade him around with a big shit-eating grin on his face.
Yeah. I mean, they can do a lot. The morticians can do a lot with makeup. And
yeah. Now they've got animatronics.
Very lifelike.
Now they've got animatronics, so that's
Well, I wondered anyway, because sometimes his eyes were blue and sometimes brown.
Yeah, sometimes they're blue, sometimes apparently they can stimulate dead tissue as well. So they could probably keep him going a few months past his due date, maybe.
We're living in all kinds of Monty Python skits and horror films, I think.
That's true, yes.
Is it science fiction or is it Monty Python? I'm not sure.
It's all just theatrical. It's all just distractions. You're all talking about stuff that doesn't mean anything. And
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Means something in life.
Yep. They're just distracting us while they get the control grid in place if they can.
Yes.
If that technology works out for them.
Exactly. It's all just distractions. It's all theatrical. Politics equals theater.
Because they're still practicing with their targeting systems over there in Gaza. They're trying to get it down to pinpoint accuracy where they can take out single individual. But, there's the problem with the U.S. not giving them the right kind of bombs or drones or whatever to hit people with. So, but they're using the lavender here. We had it was Grok, I think. In the U.S., they have the Grok system. So if they ever deploy on the U.S. citizens, it'll be done under Grok. I think they might have renamed that as well. They keep changing it. That way you can't keep track of it.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yes, my furry overlord, what can I do for you?
Well, you know what? You guys can say a lot, but you guys aren't much better with Justin Trudeau up there.
Oh, we stuck up here. This is China. He wants to be China.
I mean, they can say what they want about how these people are too old down here. He's not that old.
And we still have people in jail. We only have 2 people in jail still from the trucker strike.
Yeah.
Where they
ran over,
that old, where they drove horses over little old ladies, and
that again. See, that was all politics. That was all just another part.
Yeah.
Of
I told them that too. I told them not J6, and I told the truckers. I said, "Don't do it. It's a trap." Yeah, I know that they're like, "Well, they're fighting for us." No, they're fucking walking right into a goddamn motherfucking trap.
Hey,
No, I
And I
was.
was
You know
there
what?
both times.
By the way, I have actually been here for quite a while. I have been listening since she was live for like 13 minutes, but the wife's been home.
Nice.
I've had my dinner and I've been sat listening and watching. You know, you was talking about the agendas and the agenda plans, etc. And how they didn't come to fruition, etc. Right? Yeah. See, that's how long I've been listening. I've been meaning to. That's why I came up as well. I've got a couple of things to share as well that I've bumbled into this past couple of weeks. Awesome. As you know, I keep my eye open for these little things, and I like to share when I do find. But as referring to the agenda plans did happen, and they did come to fruition. What you actually touched upon, you said it within your own sentence that you was talking about the agendas. There was an agenda 2004, there was an agenda 2025, etc. Do you get me? Like, yeah. They had all these different agendas set up, but and they actually achieved most of them, let's say, like, because look what's been happening, and you can see it's all everything that's been planned out. They don't even care anymore. They've actually come to such a frantic state now because there's too many people awakening and seeing what's actually happening and what's going on, really. That they're panicking now, etc. So now they're like they're just, you know what I mean, plan B and plan C and plan D, etc. Yep. All these other little all these other little things are all coming out of play now, like so. And you can see as well over the past 2 years, let's say, all the little things that they've had, like little stabs at monkeypox, bird flu is back. Do you get me? They've had little stabs at all different things to see what they can actually get to rise and to see what they can get to take off. So it hasn't stopped. It's continuous. It's always happening. Like,
Event 201, they got almost everything they wanted out of that.
Because
the transfer of wealth happened, but they didn't. But again, the problem was that the people were starting to realize it.
Well, that's how they got away with it. That's how they got away with it. Was greasing palms and shaking hands, and etc. That's how they got away with it. Like,
the Bible even speaks of the transfer of wealth, but supposedly, according to the Bible, and I think this is one of the lies in there, the money's supposed to change from the rich to the poor, but what seems to be happening is they just keep stealing more and more from us and putting it in their bank accounts.
Yeah.
That's the trouble with greed. You see, that is the problem with the sin of greed.
There will be a correction of that. That can be easily corrected. Their assets need to be taken away. The money that they now possess needs to be destroyed. That'll immediately double the value of everybody else's money. And their assets need to be put up for sale.
And then we need to get everything back to show from us from the beginning of having thieves running our lives.
Yeah. Well, the destruction of their money would be the perfect way, because then any money that's in existence now would double in its value.
You know what? I genuinely don't get involved in any of the politics. Even like if you look at what's happening, I can't stop seeing it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's there all the time. No matter where you turn, it's always in your face, regardless. It's done that way on purpose, like to try and give you a full distraction. So at the minute in the UK, they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes with this new group of people called Reform UK. Oh, we're going to turn everything around. It's literally just the old version of UKIP, which was a party that was founded years ago, and it never really got anywhere. So now it's time to shine, because both the main parties are obviously, they've been, as we can see, have been outed.
We call that meet the new boss, same as the old boss. That's right.
And like I said, I don't get involved in any of it. It's learning to rise above most of all of this, to actually see what's going on in the world. Just be happy with yourself and just live life as such.
I find this entertaining. If you think I find this disturbing in any way, no. This is just like candy for me. I'm not, drawn into the politics or anything like that.
I think it's hilarious. The debate was hilarious. I had popcorn.
I have a good giggle.
I do need a break. I do like variety in my life. So, you know, the politics is a clown show. And, you know, but it is important to watch and point out to people so that other people can start realizing what a clown show it is. If they don't realize it's a total clown show and that all their moves are made to screw you over, you know, if they don't know that, they'll just think everything's fine. So yeah, we got to talk about the clown show.
Yeah. As I've said before, Max, and I'm sure everybody else will agree as well, that's probably one of the purpose and reasons why these small groups of people that we are, because there's many of us, but we're very small groups, but we seem to stick together and we preach the same song, etc., etc. Is like we've already been saying, like is singing the song so everybody else can hear it and they can actually understand the song and they get the lyrics. Like yeah.
Like we've got to practice the tune, right? Otherwise, we can't sing it to anybody.
Yeah. In that analogy, the song's always singing, but like it's a mumble to those who are not really listening to it. It's just a tune in the background on the radio. You know, one of them, like until we actually come along and put this bloody ghetto blaster in front of them and say, "Listen to this bloody tune, will you?" I'll put the lyrics on screen for you, like.
You know, the day after I learned we were being used as antenna, I walked into work and I just yelled out to everybody in my work area, "Do you know they're bloody well using our bodies as antenna?" That's the way I get it out there.
I'm sure they always respond well to that too.
Well, some of them do, yeah.
Actually, some probably do.
Well, they've been listening to me for years, and these are people that have actually witnessed the effects of grounding on themselves and me. So they have some understanding of what's really going on. So yeah, when I just walked in and blurted that out, but I do it with pretty much everything. So yeah, and they accepted it quite well. I only had one person reject it out of hand, and yeah, that was it. And it wasn't even people.
I'm just gonna post a couple of videos in private chat here, because I've just gone back over to my YouTube to grab the videos, and it's honestly they're like 20 minutes, half an hour long. So I'd take them and use them in your own time, so to speak.
Yeah.
Do you have some clips you want to show us, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll put them in private chat, and then you can have a little skip through, and you see what they're talking about and how it's beneficial to what we've been talking about. If that makes sense.
The message I'm trying to get through to people is stop voting for a new slave owner.
People love their systems, though.
Yeah, well, no,
it's hard to get people past their systems, Paula. You can't. You're not going to do that.
It's hard, but then when they can't buy their groceries,
it won't happen. It won't happen, Paula.
The indoctrination's hard, man. I'm telling you, it's real hard on a lot of people. You can't.
No, you can't.
You're fisted on the street about it.
Yeah, you just be pounding sand all day long on that one.
And you can't fight stupid. You can't argue with stupid because they always win.
Don't waste your time.
And they beat you with fucking.
I just leave a comment and I go away and I move on to the next video.
Yeah.
I plant a seed and I walk away.
Yeah, try it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's all you can do with anything, anyways, right?
That's all you can do with anything. Plant a seed and walk away.
Hopefully it plants.
I planted it.
Yep. I pet goat too.
But no, that's why we're out here. We're out here to try and outwake people up. And it's hard to keep strong with that as well, you know. And I'll put my camera on as well. It is, honestly, it's hard sometimes to actually keep strong with that light and that pressure because you get ground down so much. Like there's so many people around you just kind of.
Yes, I've seen that. I have small bouts. I would say I just get angry and then I'm like, damn it, what can we do about this? And it's like,
I don't so much get angry. I get more, not even depressed, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like more, you know, that complacent feeling that you get. It's like a nothing feeling, and then I don't like it, and I'm just like, oh, you got to snap out of this, like, do you know what I mean?
Just hopeless.
Yeah, just hopeless. That's the one. Yeah, I suppose that's the best way. You feel a bit hopeless, like nothing I can do can change anything. That's what you know what I mean. That's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah. Well, you know, I always think, you know, the energy from my head is changing things. So At least there's that.
Have a look through them. Have a look through them videos there. Have a look on private chat. And, has anybody ever heard of the St. Elmo's electric effect?
Oh, Terrence Howard.
Yeah,
he may be a really good psyop.
I think he's a very good psyop as well, actually. But some of the things that he does actually discuss are actually relevant. You know, let one of them give them half truths, give them half lies, and see. Spindle this little thing to go along and get him so worried. Yeah. That's you are bang on.
He's spewing a lot of hermetics.
Yeah.
So,
which is a lot of facts with him what he's saying, but also he's trying to mix it up with modern science and trying to change what everything's going. Yeah,
that's right. He says he's mapped out a new elemental table. Which is,
but it's just worth a listen because, like I said, at least half the stuff in there gets you. It opens your head with I
found his flower of life, the negative space of flower of life, interesting. His elemental table, I don't believe that at all because those particles in those areas are just unstable. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
So they do exist, but they're unstable.
Yeah, that part where he was talking about the elements change. As soon as you change the frequency of an element, it changes into a different element. Like sodium. Once you change sodium, the frequency of it, you can change it into hydrogen, etc. Do you know what I mean? He was a bit like, yeah. And there's like the carbon has a positive and a negative field around it, whereas certain other ones don't, etc. He was just basically trying to change the periodic table, etc., and how we look at it. I think
they have quarks, leptons, muons, and most of those are what those particles are.
And he double talks himself and actually gets himself confused on some things because he talks a lot about piezoelectric and it's not the same. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of talking about we can harness it as like a normal but you can't really
no. So, I've seen this temple. That's really a cool temple.
Yeah, this is lights up on top. Yeah, this St. Elmo's fire.
Electrical.
Yeah, that's really cool. There's one I saw. It sounded like it was making a noise, but
trying to find the phenomenon.
So I did actually watch all of this, and some of the things that I can point out, which are actually the most interesting to listen to, are without actually skipping through it because I didn't take timestamps. Sorry. He's talking about like pyramid structures, where you change the ionization of the air. So he goes a lot into all of that, the reason I went down these little rabbit holes as well is also last night I spent about 2 hours doing research on ball lightning, etc., and a lot of all that stuff. And the phenomenon about that. So that's how I ended up down this little path. And it brought this is one of the little branches of the path that I ended up stumbling upon right before I came back again onto the main path. But St. Elmo's fire. So this is basically what happens is, and it's happened in a lot of different places, in a lot of different circumstances as well, but mostly where the ions change and generally in like a frozen climate. So like there's ice particles in the air mostly. Or you're high up in the clouds, etc. So, but you can actually get what you've just seen there on the tips of that temple.
It happens on the masts of ships a lot, where they had metal parts separated from the water. The metal would start to glow.
It's on ships in the sea and all the rest of that. You find it everywhere. It's there is a big thing, but and it doesn't hurt you. It saps electricity. So, and you can create this as well yourself at home, so to speak. If you get me through, so all you have to do is obviously change the ionization in a container. Do you get me right? Yeah. So
but I thought it was a change. I thought it was positively charged ions instead of negatively charged.
It is positive. It is both. It's positive and negative.
Is it both?
Changes the flux of them both, so you change it, obviously, and then obviously you've got to set the climate in the area in that designated. So it has to be like a controlled temperature room, like a freezer box that you find in the back of a shop or something. Do you know what I mean? One of them, Yeah, that you can walk into a butcher's kind of like freezer, so to speak, like with a big door on it, like at the horror films. So I suppose you could use one of them sort of rooms like as well. And thinking about that as well, that brought me down where I was thinking, how much could you buy one of them refrigerator rooms? And are they kind of like, because have you ever realised you don't get a signal inside of a fridge on your phone, so they must obviously have like got a Faraday cage sort of effect as well. So in fact, you could actually build yourself a freezer box or buy an old freezer box, so to speak, even like an old one that's not working anymore. Obviously, you don't need it to be fully, but yeah, do you get me? Like, yeah. So you can actually reconstruct this as an experiment and see if you what they're saying about, right. So this leads into what else he's saying in the video, which is talking about the healing temples there. The energy churches, healing temples. That's what it's mainly about. So he's talking about many of the structures around the world that have got domes on top and crosses, always facing towards the east. And these are actually energy harnessing like temples, you know what I mean? They're like, columns, the inverted toroidal structures that you find at the end of the columns, etc. There's like the clover shapes that you get in the windows and all the rest of that, so to speak. It's identical to an electromagnet that you find in your microwave. And your microwave is basically, he goes on about that as well, like where your microwave is basically changing ions within that all these little, as you can see, like all these little clicks have been making. Right, so this brings me around to what we do as well with the grounding, etc. So you can actually positively charge yourself within a grounding effect. So you have to ground yourself whilst you're doing this anyway. Yeah. So yeah. There's other stuff as well across that probably find you're interested in. They found in the Tibetan mountains, they found a pair of boots recently that dated a couple of thousand years old, but they had the little magnets. Metal bits on the bottom of the soles, all across the soles were obviously still kept them grounded. So they had like leather shoes on, but they actually stitched in like these little magnet metal things in the bottom so they could stay grounded to the ground. So then, and like he was talking in that video as well, he talks about how the further back we look at most of these temples across the world, everywhere, you can do your own research on it as well. But the further back they go, the more questions arise because it looks like they had more advanced technological abilities, also knowledge, obviously knowledge and abilities to build what they built and to know what they were doing. All these churches and they're all residence buildings, frequencies, and all the rest of that. So when we say that we're supposed to go to church once a week, it's not actually just to pray to God; it's to heal as well. All the singing that goes on in there, all that organ and all that music and all the rest of it, it resonates within these buildings, and it's actually a healing device. So
the old organs, and
then floors are always like stone or quartz kind of floors, you know what I mean? So you're actually grounded there as well whilst doing all of that as well.
Somebody was also telling me that it was to charge up that there were these orbs that every home had, that they would take it to church and charge up these orbs and then put them in the old-fashioned fireplaces, which we know were never meant to have fire in them. And that would heat the home. That somehow they were some kind of a device that would actually heat the home. But and this is something that she kind of remembered. She did it. She got this psychically, or she kind of remembered it from like the old days, that those round balls that the round ball that the Pope was holding actually did something. It wasn't the holy hand grenade of Antioch or anything. It was actually some kind of an energy device that you used in your home that you would charge up weekly. So church was a lot more than what it is today. I mean, today it's nothing like it.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. It goes back to ancient knowledge, and it's actually what's happened is over the thousands of years we've lost or we've disconnected from that knowledge.
Yeah.
Look at how people look at religion, etc. Nowadays. I've never been brought up to be religious. You know, it was always like choose for yourself as you get older. Is it one of them? Like, so I've always been like agnostic, I suppose, if you want to put it that way. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not atheist. I don't disbelieve, but I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. I've had experiences that have happened to me, so you know, I know there's something, but I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Well, there's so much to that you know, it's like Praveen Mohan had a video about going to a temple.
A lot of his stuff. I have watched a lot of his stuff. Praveen Mohan is
Yeah, going to a temple and the lingam was still exuding heat.
Yeah, an idol. So so it goes back to this grounding. We can obviously, if you build yourself a little pyramid, and what's then dehumidify, and you can buy ionizers.
Yeah.
Did you see that Aries tech? Look at that as well.
I was actually, that was on my list of things to look at. I have that written down.
Yes. Obviously, go and have a look at that as well, because we are obviously, like I've said this many times as well in life, if we are talking about, or if I've thought about this idea, then somebody out there with the money, the tech, the pretense, the better of the situation in life, has been able to create something. What I've been thinking about, this has always happened in my life. I've thought about things, and I think we have a universal knowledge kind of dispersal where we all think, but I haven't got the resource, time, money, and all the rest of that to actually make this device that I've thought about. Do you know what I mean? Like we've talked about per se, is like an EMF, an anti-EMF emitter, which cancels out, say, all the nasties coming from your phone. You know what I mean? It kind of puts a bubble around your phone so it keeps that. Yeah,
I did a cursory check of this one, and it appears that this one also has a login aspect to it as well.
Right.
So it is going to log into your body.
Right.
I can't find the links. I had a couple links open to it, but I guess I closed them down or something.
See, like even if we use these little things to do a deep dive and actually, do you know what I mean? See if we can find some more information about what we're doing, because some of these texts might be even from themselves, which are trying to just make it easier so they can tap it. Do you get me? Like,
yeah, well, that's what they are, unfortunately. Like this one here.
I've thought about it at every angle, don't worry.
It's a nanotech bio antenna patch pain patch.
So you were talking about patches before.
Electrical signals in your body for natural pain relief. Single
natural. How is it natural if you put
it? It's natural.
How is it natural? It's not natural.
That's so natural.
So
just so
that's a version of the word natural with which I am unfamiliar.
I'm just gonna fuck around with your electrical signals.
I was hoping that air tech. I was hoping that air tech was like because some of them are based on, well, they're all based on antenna technology, right? But I was wondering if one was like to nullify, like in the metamaterials, they have materials that can nullify fields and signals. But these don't appear to be that. These more appear to be a much easier way to access through your ion channels in your skin.
Yeah, is anybody else trying out ionized water to drink?
No.
Okay. Do you think that
ionized water? Yeah.
Electrolytes, though.
Yeah, ionized water. I've been doing it. I have more energy.
Brad Time's got electrolytes.
That's a hydrogenator too, what do they call it?
Yeah, structuring your water too. If you spin it, that's supposed to help as well. You can actually just kind of put it in a blender and make a vortex. That'll help oxygenate it too for a short while.
There you go.
Yep, I've been doing it. It's working.
Just in a blender?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's funny because you can just take those magnetic bracelets and put them around your blender and have structured water.
Yeah.
You know?
You could even play 432 or 528 to it. Play some frequencies. I've structured my water that way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, you just put your phone by your bottle, playing 432, and there you go. I do that when I make Ormus, play frequencies.
Well, you heard about my Ormus experiment, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm going to make homeopathic Ormus somehow.
Okay.
I haven't been able to repeat that particular thing, though. Not that particular effect.
Yeah, there was one experiment where me and my wife used a metal bowl and you magnetize the bowl, and you wait a while for the elements to separate, and you end up with in the center of the bowl, just at the surface, a monatomic a conglomeration of monatomic elements, and you scoop that out or siphon it off very carefully so that you don't get all of the other water mixed in. Yeah. And me and my wife did that. We got really buzzed off that. So much energy. And we weren't able to repeat it. And I don't know if that's because those elements were fulfilled in us and we don't need any more, or what. So, but maybe we'll try it again soon. I still have
that was weird. When I tried it again, it didn't work. And maybe that is why. Maybe we got it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we tried it again. Maybe trying it again in a couple of years, because it's been a couple of years since I've tried it. So maybe trying it again would be fun.
Or maybe just do something like that once a year.
Yeah. That might be what it's for.
Oh, my kettle, I swear to God, you should see the state of the inside. We have such hard water down where I live.
Oh.
We get limestone. It's so heavy water. It's full of heavy elements.
Yeah, you can't even filter that out with a home filter.
No, yeah, even reverse osmosis.
You need distilled water. You're gonna have to distill it.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't be bothering buying bottled water all the time.
I'll
just drink it. All right.
It's pretty expensive.
You can distilled water and then ionize that shit. Yeah.
It's like $4 a bottle now.
Sorry. Makes my poo go black, but I'll be all right.
Yeah, and it's coating your inside with something. They put 4 chemicals in the water that we drink. Fluoride.
Yeah, actually, I've worked. We've got a chemical plant just up the road from us, and I've actually worked at that water processing plant, Severn Trent Water. I've actually worked at it because I worked with an engineer, and there was a burst pipe, and we had to go and fix it with the epoxy. You know what I mean? One of them clamp it and fix it, and that warm up the epoxy, stick it on, but it's bushing with water, and I'm not joking.
What the hell?
This pipe is the size of my body. Like it's about what, 2 foot wide. It's it's gushing with water. We had to get this massive clamp on it and put this big sheet of epoxy on each side, warm it up with the bloody blowtorch so it was all warm, and then put it on. It was really awkward. It was like I had to put it on top of the water really quick. Like he put the clamp on top of that, and then he was winding up the clamp with it. Yeah, that's what we had to do.
They put 4 chemicals in our water. They put something in to harden the inside of the pipes, so that's good for you. They put chlorine.
One of the things that was over there, because I went off for a sneaky wee, like, you know what I mean? I'm working, it's gushing water everywhere. It's like, oh my God, my bladder, Jesus Christ. It was a bit like that. So anyway, I went for a sneaky wee around the back of this shed thing. It's little bushes. It's out in the middle of a field anyway, so to speak. So anyway, I saw this big domed copper top where it's got the greenish kind of bluish stain on it. You know, it's been there for years. And I said to him, "What the bloody hell's that big dome thing?" And he went, "Oh, that's the chlorine storage. Like it stunk." And I'm not joking. It was like sulfur. It sounded like proper chlorine-y kind of like sulfurish smell, rotten, rotten smell to it though. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it corrodes everything.
But I don't know. There was proper sulfur smell as well there. So maybe I don't know whether they've been mixing chemicals, whether the copper's been leaking into the. You know what I mean? I don't know
Well, it does. It corrodes everything.
Yeah, it had a sulfur like matches, that sulfur smell. But yeah, it had that with it as well. Like, so it did make me wonder, like, what the fuck are you putting in the water there, like, because that's pure chemical crap going in there.
Yeah.
But I should have took pictures and videos of that place because it was.
You should have.
It's proper industrial and all like these funnels and pipes and all sorts going on there. Like, it was mental.
Tons of chemicals leaching out of that into the soil too.
Yeah, well, that's they have that. They have all that over there as well. Where the sewerage, that's over like 2 fields over where the sewerage treatment is. That, and then that leads over with a big massive pipe coming over with that water that's gone through. It's like big circle beds, raised beds with the water in. And you've got like sprinkler systems. You can imagine these water beds are quite large and they're circular. And you've got about at least three or four of them on these sewerage treatment plants. And you've got like an arm that comes from the middle. It's like a sprayer and that goes round and round. Do you know what I mean? It keeps spraying the water on the top. So obviously that's continuously kind of treated water through that little, and then it obviously goes over to the next one and then the next one. And then that's pumped over to the water treatment where they have the chemicals, and then that's pumped into the pipes where it comes out of my tap. So I've literally watched it first. You know what I mean? I've watched it literally firsthand, going through the system. I could have pissed in the bloody funnel bit.
Well, don't do that. Somebody's going to drink it. See, here's something. The NanoWeb, revolutionary transparent conductive film. So if you were to like layer your body with this type of a film, that would be basically like making a Faraday cage. You could also put another layer on top of that and have invisibility or change who you are with the holographic optical sheeting.
Wow.
So you can layer these things and have yourself protected, and whoever you want. You could turn yourself into a monster, I guess, if you wanted to project that out.
Well, hang on a minute. So if this is now on the market, how long have the military had this for?
Oh, years and years and years.
A long time.
Of course.
So, there is
a rhetorical question.
There is protection out there. So this NanoWeb technology, it's super conductive.
Shush, Max. Shush, just take my money. How much is it?
Oxide, silver nanowire. Well, I don't know if this is. I imagine that these products would only be available to certain companies that had ratings. You need like ratings and certificates or something, to say that you need this type of technology for your product or whatever.
It was, F. Kitty was looking in chat now as well. You're talking about underwear with, well, he was in that video I was pointed out earlier on. He was actually talking about how the military make silver woven underwear, so the clothes last longer. They don't go off as much. And all about the blue gods, right? The Hindu kind of blue. A lot of ancient people, they were blue. Like, what happens if you drink too much ionized or silver water? You turn bloody blue. So maybe we're onto something there as well. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a guy that's got that condition. He drank silver water when he was young.
He points that out in the video.
He looks like Papa Smurf. He's got a big white beard.
He used it topically as well.
The interviewer holds his arm up to him and he's showing how white the interviewer's to his skin, and he's like, bloody hell, you are blue. Like,
I've taken nano-sized silver and put it into lotion.
Yeah. You
put it on my skin,
too much of it.
and it darkens in the sun like a photograph.
It actually kills most of the bad bacteria inside your body as well. Kills everything.
I've always wondered if that's why some of the Hindu gods aren't blue.
Yes, that's what he touches upon. He says maybe they were not so much gods, but they were just like, compared to the average living age. Then, you know what I mean? They obviously, They were obviously drinking ionized or silver water. There was something they knew from a different civilization pre-hand that obviously they took along with them. And because they lived a lot longer, they were perceived as being like gods.
Could be, yeah. I thought that myself when reading about, you read in the Bible, there's good gold and antimony in the land where
gold's also another way of, if you wear gold, it's another way of ionizing your body as well. So maybe that's also one of the reasons why we wear jewelry as in gold. It's from an ancient tradition from ionizing your body. Yeah.
Well, I figured out that the reason that Moses beat the golden calf to powder and fed it to the people is because it was really ormus.
Yeah, maybe we all should become blue-skinned. You know,
maybe blue skin should be the way we should go.
Imagine, well, if it was blue skin,
if it's protection, if silver is a protection against EMF radiation, you'd have your armor. Plus, you'd be blue, so when they shoot you with the lasers wouldn't work.
Not going to affect you, yeah.
Max, did you hear me? I said at least you were born blue.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a blue baby.
Yes.
So maybe I should drink enough until I turn into Papa Smurf. I do have a white beard. It's getting there. So.
Yeah.
Well,
that'd be a lot easier than wearing this.
A lot of the people from Sirius are blue, and it makes me wonder if maybe they have a lot more silver in their atmosphere.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, even from what's his name, the guy who interpreted the Anunnaki scrolls, they said that they took the gold for their atmosphere to put in their atmosphere.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe they had enough silver, but they just needed more gold.
They needed to make it into nanoparticles to spread into their atmosphere to bring it back to what it was previous. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, it would make more sense if they had made it into ormus and then spread it. That would make sense.
Monotonic gold. Yeah.
If they made it into,
and it has
ingestible. You can actually ingest it when it's monotonic, so you can actually.
If they heat it up, apparently it has a negative weight, so it's better for transport that way too.
Yeah.
You put a slight heat to it, and it becomes less. It has a negative weight, so they could have even lined their ships with it.
Some mummy that they actually found out in his, I think, digestive system was gold. That they had found gold as part of the constituents in the stomach of one of these mummies.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
I wonder about that now.
Well, they're always stripping our bodies of things like the minerals.
Poorly processed mufka cake, because they used to grind. They found grinding bowls where they would grind gold down into monatomic elements. So they probably just didn't do their job well enough, so he ended up with a belly full of gold.
Right. Or he overdid it.
Yeah.
Because too much of a good thing is bad, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything, and that goes with everything. I say that to my kids, you know. Honestly, I've been saying that to my kids for years. Like, too much.
Once you turn blue off silver, just, slow down a bit.
Too less of anything as well. Like, you should have everything in moderation. Everything's about moderation and taking it in quantities that you need. And your body lets you know exactly what you need as well. Your brain and your body are all in tune. Everything's in tune. Like.
Wow, it gives the term "turn blue." That used to be an epithet, turn blue.
Yeah.
I used to say that to people whenever they were waiting for me to do something that they wanted me to do that I didn't want to do, and I would say, "Turn blue."
Yeah.
Hold your breath, waiting for my ass to do what you want me to do. Turn blue.
Maybe you were actually telling them to do something beneficial. I don't know.
Hey, whatever I do comes naturally, so,
No, I don't think so. No, I think you knew what you meant when you said it.
I know what you meant. We all know what you meant.
I've been taking gold and silver, colloidal gold and silver, for probably 6 or 8 years now. I think.
Yeah. So. I have been taking Ormus for a while, but I stopped for a while, and everybody noticed like crazy when I wasn't taking it.
Yeah. Yeah, make
and so I had to go back on.
Yeah. You can make it or buy it. It's easy. You can do it with Phillips milk of magnesia.
Ormus?
Yeah.
Not
You're talking you're talking about monatomic.
I thought it was harder than colloidal.
No, there's different things. There's Ormus, there's monatomic elements, there's colloidal silver and gold. They're all different.
Yeah, they're all different.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, how do you make Ormus then?
Ormus, you have to use acids and alkalines, and you have to rotate it back and forth while heating it with like sulfuric acid and caustic soda. And it's very volatile and very noxious. You don't want to do that. So it's best to buy that. You're looking for orbitally rearranged monatomic elements in that.
Yeah.
So forms is what they call it. They've colloquially called it.
Because I was thinking it's a lot more complicated than make Ormus.
Ormus, it more refers to an extraction from sea salt, where you use like Phillips magnesia or lye or something to extract the hard particles and monatomic elements out of the salt to the bottom of the concentrate, and then you siphon off the salt water off the top, and that gives you 104 minerals or more. But they're in very small form. They're not quite monatomic, but they're very small. They absorb very well into your body. And then there's colloidal silver and gold. Now that's just made with electricity. You take 2 probes, you put in water, and with gold you do it with 12 volts, and with silver I do it with 9 volts. And that makes colloidal silver and gold that I drink.
And you can also plate stuff doing the electrolysis.
You can, yeah. I've plated some of the glass containers.
So when you get nickel plated silverware, so to speak, that's basically what they've done. They've got nickelware and then dipped it in an electrolysis system with silver in the bottom, which then it puts a layer, breaks it down into that monotonic state and puts a layer of it onto the nickel silverware, basically.
We just catch it between the 2 electrodes. So what it does between the 2 electrodes is it forms between them, but it just falls. So, and that's how you catch them. There's a little layer, because I've been doing it for so many years. There's a layer of tiny, tiny black particles on the bottom, and that when they're black, gold and silver, that means that they're just at the point before becoming monatomic. Because what happens with like gold, when you make monatomic gold, it goes through a process where it starts off like a brownish color, and it starts to turn more red, and then it goes to a purple color, then it goes black, and this takes a while, and then suddenly, instantly, it turns white, and that's when it's gone to monatomic.
Wow. You know, that's weird, because the sun is supposed to turn those colors in that order. As it gets hot, as it gets hotter, a star turns those colors exactly in that order. So how interesting. And then it turns white all of a sudden. Very interesting.
And then everybody starts bitching, it's not the real sun. Yes, the fuck it is. Calm down.
Is that really what an eclipse is?
The plants in my yard prove that is the real sun. They're falling for all kind of psyops. It's insane. Yes, they've made fake suns.
They're trying to make fake suns. They can project planets into the sky, so I don't think it's too much trouble doing.
That's still a real sun, or nothing would grow. They're not that good, damn it. Jesus Christ.
If they were that good, our thoughts wouldn't be our own by now.
Exactly.
Right.
Huh?
Wait, that is happening in some areas, but not everywhere.
They've tried it.
Biden for president. Biden for president. Biden.
Yeah, they experimented at the beginning of the pandemic by telling people just take it.
You are all wrong. You should all be subservient. Please listen to me. I am thinking for myself. I promise.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Wouldn't it be weird? They can't really somebody was saying they can't really swap out Biden at this point because of some kind of rules, but
yes, they can, because it's
weird if they put RFK in there. Things would have race.
Well,
you would
every time there was a Kennedy, there were 2 times, at least I think, that there were Kennedys in office, and guess what happened to them? So if there's another Kennedy in office, guess what's going to happen?
Well, we know that, yeah.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, they won't give him Secret Service, even though he's running for president. They won't give him secret. They won't grant him that. So it's like, well,
Well, it was a Secret Service that killed him. So
probably a benefit. Yeah,
it's probably beneficial.
Yeah, it might be kindness in the long run. Yeah,
the driver shot Kennedy, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, they don't seem to mind killing each other, even though they're of the same family. You know, whoever gets the biggest
you're
bone.
Either popular. It's like the rest of the world. It's like high school. It's like grade school. You're either popular or you're not. Just because you're in the same group. Like I'm from Generation X, but I am nothing like most of them. I am unique. I am my own person, and they would easily shoot my ass because they would see me as weak. Just because my mind works differently than theirs.
I was always picked last as well.
Yeah.
Going for another 15 minutes, guys.
But I don't care.
Yeah, like whenever they would pick you for the games at school, I would always be the last one, and whoever still needed an extra person on their team, that was me.
Yeah,
and they didn't like it because it was me. But I was good at baseball and softball and things like that. So now you care, don't you, bitch? Now you care, don't you?
Yeah, most people didn't want me on their team either until they saw me play. Yeah. Then they wanted me on their team.
That's right. You see me play, fuck out of my way, I'll run right past you. Yeah.
Never been interested in sports, to be honest. Not me personally. Never.
Well, I was told to play it, so I had no choice.
Never been interested in it.
Let's face it. We were all weird kids, and now we're weird adults. So
yep. There you go. The island of the misfits.
Look, this is what I've been doing this past week. I've been building I've got 2 kayaks. 2's the same. I got them cheap, 50 quid, like 50.
Nice.
$60, $60 for 2 of them. So I've been
going to make your escape down the Thames,
and I'm going to make like a catamaran. I've put the fixings on so I can put like a bar going across to put both of them together. If you get my drift,
yeah. So I can put a seat on top in between, and then I can sit on it like a bit of a catamaran sort of. Yeah, I can do some fishing on it. Can take the kids.
Right on.
Yeah. So that's why I've been quiet this week.
Yeah, go there, buddy. Yeah, put some foam inside there too for safety.
Have you noticed? Do you notice what color it was before?
No.
It used to be blue.
Or your kitchen? Or your work area? Yeah.
It was blue. It was literally blue a week ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
Look at this. Oh, no, watch this. Look, it took me a week to do this, but I've done it. I've done it all in a week. But I've decorated the entire...
very nice.
The gloss.
I love that. I love that.
Look at the paint job.
Very nice.
Shiny.
It looks like I painted it.
In the bathroom as well up there. I've done the living room. I've done, like I said, I've done it all myself. I've cut it in really nice and neat.
Oh, I like the color. That's good.
Yeah, so we've done
soothing color.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've done it really good. So
that's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yes, it
Especially
is.
moving all that stuff back and forth too.
Yeah, taking everything out, making sure. Look, even the floors are all nice and neat as well. So
hey, is that anti-laser blue?
Yeah.
It's like that. We've done a royal blue.
Is that laser protective floor?
So there's nothing left of the house but that room, right?
That's laser protective wall.
Royal laser protective blue on the bottom there, so they can't burn arrows in the bottom, right? And a baby pink at the top, right? Yeah. But yeah, I did it. I had all the glossing. The glossing took ages, honestly, because it's slow and like sticky. Yeah. I did all the glossing, and as you can see, I've done it all really nice and neat as well. And then, the missus went to it. She bought all these stickers, these orange stickers that match the color of the wall. She bought all them and
stuck all.
Wow.
Yeah. Made a checkered kitchen now, so yeah, isn't it good? Like, a week's work.
Just like
I've been quiet. That's why I've not been here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working on the house and working on my project, so yeah, I do apologise.
Well, you're a busy man.
But yeah, I've been busy. I've been a busy boy, and I've been working as well with a couple of friends. Been helping them do some building work elsewhere down the coast, as it happens, in Brighton, 60 miles south of London in England, literally on the coast. It's where everybody comes from London to retire. One of them places.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it is quite nice where I am, and I'm not joking when I say this as well. I've lived all over England, literally all four corners, middle of England. Like, most of the places I've lived in, you couldn't leave anything just open. Do you know what I mean? Like, my workshop hasn't got a lock on it. Front door isn't locked. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can leave stuff out my motorbike.
Oh, you can't leave anything anywhere here.
That's what I mean. But like where I live now, it's like we've got a good community around us. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I've settled in the right place. Let's just say that. But everywhere else I've lived in the country, everyone's snapping at your ankles to get. You can't build up something yourself. You can't leave anything without it being tied down, locked up, or screwed and bolted to the floor. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, serious. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's really weird. Like, I suppose being in the States is a bit like that as well. Like, if you're built in more built-up areas, like city areas, then obviously there's more crime, etc. Do you know what I mean? But once you take yourself out to a little suburban areas where it's more community style, then it's a bit better.
Yeah. You used to be able to sleep with your windows opened at night. Now you can't. Yeah. Unless you're, if you're on the ground floor, you can't. Or if you have anything that they can climb, you can't. But yeah. And you truly do sleep better if you sleep with your windows open in the summer.
We do. I've got all my windows open. It's weird.
Night air really helps you sleep good.
I've got living room windows open. I've got a back door. I leave the back door open. You know what I mean? Yeah, serious.
Well, I don't sleep good when they're running the mosquito trucks down the road at night.
Oh, God.
Doing
oh,
what?
my Lord.
Got what? Mosquito trucks? What do you mean?
They're doing that in your area?
No, we don't have this. I've never heard of this. Please
I've
explain.
never seen them do that here.
Yeah, they do that here too. They go into the forest and spray for mosquitoes sometimes.
Really? Like pesticides? Oh, wow.
Yeah, they spray pesticides over everything.
Wow. I don't think
Well, that's what they claim they're spraying. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're really spraying.
Who knows what's in them canisters they're sending out there? Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, anyway, it's been a good chat.
Yeah.
I'm 75 now. I know you were saying you were going to wrap it up soon. So, yeah, like I said, I wanted to share them a couple of things with you. So,
nice.
I said, if you want to post them links, I haven't got a spanner in chat. So, if you want to take them out of private chat,
you're supposed to. The next time you come up, there you are.
If people missed what we were talking about as well, if you want to skip back through the video and about half an hour, you'll see what I was talking about, the highlights of the video. Yeah, go and have a look at the videos. They're well worth a little watch and just take what you can from it. Like, that's what I do with everything. Do you know what I mean? It's just take what you can from it and then just be like, that's interesting. That's interesting knowledge.
Yes.
But that Terence, I agree with Max. Totally bang on the head. You got that bang on, mate. He is a very good psyop. He's a very convincing psyop.
I think he is.
Yeah. But there's within most of these psyops, there's half truths and there's full truths and there's full lies. There's half lies. Do you get me? Like, so you've got to be careful what you cherry pick out of what he tells you. But yeah, it's kind of like there are a few truths in there, and there's a few maybe correlating things to what we talk about. Being able to, you know what I mean? Being able to de-electrify yourself, being able to actually tune yourself in. There's if you look at the magnetron, this is another thing I wanted to point out as well. The magnetron in the microwave, if you go and look at this, you can actually get a capture device for that. So that means that you're able to make a capture device that you can put into your room that would be able to capture a lot of the EMFs, etc., and other fields of waves and frequencies, etc. And it would, if you had it close enough to you, it could cancel out a lot of what you radiate or absorb yourself as well. Like, so, yeah, that's well worth looking into.
So what, a magnetron not hooked up to a power source? We've done work on the magnetron. The Faches is a magnetron.
It's a re-antennae, that's what it's called, re-antennae or something like that. Yeah, that's what I think I remember it being called. So it's like it's not an antennae, it's basically
the magnetron you put power into, and what it does is it creates positively charged ions that go out of post.
Yeah.
So okay, I'll have to look into that. Maybe an unpowered one.
Well, you figured out the Faches. Now you need to figure out the Dorji.
I'm looking into toroidals and pyramid structures.
Dorjies are how they threw lightning bolts at people.
Oh, Michigan's here.
Sorry, Mitch. How long have you been there for?
Just a couple seconds.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay. I get caught up looking.
Listening to you guys warms the cockles of my heart. Listening to you guys warms the cockles of my heart. Listen. F them guys. That's all I can think of to say right now. This is going to be so fun to watch.
What are you talking about? I barely know you.
This is going to be fun. Listen, there's so many people that are just going to give these guys the bird. It's going to be funny. These guys are going to look stupid, dude.
Yeah. I've said that before, and I'll say it again. And when it happens, I'll say it again and again. Been there, done that, yeah. I've laughed in the face already.
Yeah, I was surprised at the lack of negative response I received from the CNN channel I went on and spouted stuff on. No negative response. It was hilarious. Everybody's for all this.
I got 4 of my videos taken down.
Yeah, they gave me a warning. Kind of a warning, a limitation.
I'm very proud of myself.
That's pretty common too. So they're spreading that stuff all over.
Yes.
Spreading the love.
Yep, and people see it, so that's good. You know, it's all going in our favor. So I'm happy.
Listen, they're stealing everybody's energy just with the thought. Just the thought of thinking about them peckerwoods is sucking your life away. I was on
peckerwoods.
Listen,
Yep, we used to say that. Yeah.
Listen, I went out and got on the river today, and everybody was just doing their own thing. None of that stuff existed. Life was grand. The birds are flying.
Yep.
Exactly that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I went and stuck my sluice right in the river while people were on the other side of the river setting up building decks for their nice new trailers and stuff. And me and my niece sat there sluicing for gold. Nobody said nothing. They were playing cornhole.
Nice when the birds are flying and they're not just hanging in the sky like they're a simulation.
Frozen in the damn
No, that's weird, man.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen that either.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'll tell you the truth.
I'm waiting.
The other day when I was driving back from Brighton, I could have taken a video which shows, like, you know, when the aeroplane, because it's coming towards you and you're on the motorway and it's at that certain angle, it looks like it's still in the air. And I could have taken a video and pranked it. Yeah, I could have done. I could have got away with it as well. Like, because as I was driving towards it, I was like, hey, look at that. Doesn't that plane look? It's like it's just stuck in the air, like, yeah. And it's only like 5 or 10 minutes later when you've actually gone further up the motorway and it's gone its angle, like, and then you can see it's kind of going off, like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But that's
if a tornado looks like it's standing still, it's coming toward you.
Yeah, you can trick people, and it looks like that it's stuck in the air basically, but it's not stuck in the air at all. And if you just take like a 15-20 second video of it, you can capture that little moment as well and trick people.
Driving at the right speed,
that's it.
All right, guys, it's dinner time for Max, and I want to get outside. It's
dinner time for Max.
So, cheers to you all. Thank you for coming up and chatting. Thank you to chat for
have a good one, everybody.
Much love. Until next time, keep your third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition.
Keep your third eye open, because love will find a way. Okay, bye-bye.